What's going on, people? So today's video is going to be based on should you close out a credit card. Now, reason why I made this video is because I'm in a very interesting group that I kind of like that I'm in, because it lets me pick people's brains on where people think about this whole closing out a credit card is bad type of thinking. And I'm here today to show you that it's not bad. When you close out a credit card, you're closing out the credit card because maybe you don't use it, number one, right? A lot of people keep credit cards because they like the numbers. Oh, I have 27 cards. Whether you have 27 cards or 10 cards, someone could have 27 cards. That's equivalent to, let's say, 200K. And another person could have 10 cards. That's equivalent to 200K. So does the number really matter of how many cards you have? This is not a game of, oh, let me see how many cards I can get. This is the game of, let me see how much credit limit can I get. That is the game. So whether you have 27 cards or 10 cards, it really don't matter. The big point is to have a strategy on how to grow your credit limit and your credit score. Those are two things. Doesn't matter about 27 cards. Now, I would say you would need a good 10 cards to keep. 10 to 13 cards you want to keep. Now, once you get those 10 cards or 13 cards and you establish one, good credit, and you establish two, high credit limit, overall, then the next time you apply for cards, you have to use this strategy. And this is what people don't get, and this is what I'm going to give you today. Now, let's say I have 200K with 10 cards. Now, a card comes out that I don't have, and they saying, hey, we're going to give you, a bonus sign up. Well, you want that bonus sign up, correct? Everybody wants free money, so you want the bonus sign up. So this is what you'll do. You will get the card, right? Now, for me, let's say I have my longest history with credit cards is 17 years. If I get a card today, it brings down my years because it's a brand new card. It's fresh. So therefore, my credit report won't show that I have a credit history of 17 years no more. My age limit will be 15 years, 14 years, whatever. So with that card, what you want to do is you want to, one, take advantage of getting the free money, right? Two, take advantage of using the card with a zero APR, right? Once you take advantage of those two things, let's say the card is only like $1,000 or, even if it's $5,000, you have cards. The goal is to have cards over $10,000. Anything over $10,000. And when you reach $10,000 and you have a credit score of over 820, and technically not even, because I believe it's 775 and up is all considered the same thing. But let's just give an example. You have an 820s credit score and you apply for another card that gives you, let's say, right off the jump, $18,000. Now, out of those 10 cards, what you're going to do is you're going to pick one that is the lowest years, right? It has to be the lowest years, and two, have a low credit, credit limit. So if it has a low credit limit, if you have a card, all your cards is 10,000 and above, and you have a card that's for 5,000, you just apply for a card that's 18,000. Why not remove that other new card that's only a year old. So that way your score one is going to spike. Two, your credit age is going to spike also back to its normal age. All right, or back to the same age that it was when you applied for that card that had $5,000. You get what I'm saying? So let's recap. You applied for a card a year ago, gives you $5,000, gives you a bonus reward of signing up, and gives you 0 APR for 12 months, right? You use the card to those advantage. Now the 12 months are up. You sign up for another card that gives you $18,000, you know, 0 APR, and you close out that other card that you opened up a year ago. That means that now your credit age is 18 years, and it may go down and stay the same to 15 years. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people got this image thinking closing credit cards is bad. No, closing credit cards without a strategy is bad. Closing credit cards and not understanding what to close, what to keep, is a bad strategy. But if you have a strategy on this, you could close these cards out with no issue. And sure enough, most of the time, there's only a couple of banks out there that are up on not giving the rewards. But most of the time, if you wait 2 years, you could apply for that same credit card that you applied for 2 years ago that gave you that reward sign up and get it again. You know what I mean? Or even so, let's just say, because there are some that say, oh, we can't give you the sign up because you have signed up before, but they still give you the 0 APR. So you're still winning at the end. Object is to always have a card that has 0 APR. The object of the game is not to have, oh my god, I'm going to keep getting cards, I'm going to have 27 cards. No, it doesn't matter. Because that same person that has 27 cards could have a credit score of 820 with 200K, right? And another person could have 10 cards with a 820 and 200K also. So the name of the game is not how many cards you can get or how many cards can you hold. It's about playing it smart, growing up your credit limit. Now, with that being said, let's go into, I just want to show y'all 2 cards. I'm not going to get too crazy, but 2 cards that I'm going to try to make you understand this strategy a little bit better. Give me one moment. Alright, so here I'm going to give you an example and something that I actually did, and I didn't even mean to close out the card. I'm going to explain to you what happened. So let's go to CitiCard first. So CitiCard, I had the right here, this card. I had the Citi Reward credit card, right? I got my bonus. I used the 0% APR, and when I signed up for this, it was actually 18 months. It wasn't 15 months. So I used it for 15 months, and I kept the card. I kept the card for a long time because I actually liked the card. But recently, they came and gave me a promotion stating if I signed up for this card, which earns double. You know, it earns double the rewards every time. And then what I like about this card is when I use the card and I get points, when I use the points to pay off my statement, I get points back even with that. So I love that, you know, being that I'm always going to get some type of reward. But let's just say when I did click and say yes, you know, switch me out, I didn't think that they were going to close this card out, and they did. But here's the thing, they closed this card out, right, and replaced it with this one, which is not a problem because one, I kept my same limit, I have. Two, I still have the age there. So they closed this card out and replaced it with this card. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, here's where I want to tell you the strategy. The strategy is to get to this card. Okay? That is pretty much the top of the line personal credit card. That is the key to get. So let's say I was to apply for this today and I get this card. Well, I will keep this card, but I will also, see, I just told y'all I had this card for a while. I will also keep this card. Why would I keep this card? Because this card is over 6 years old. So I'm not going to close it out. I'm going to get this card and I'm going to keep these two cards because that does have age on it. Now, let's say I was with Chase and I got this card first, which is the Freedom Flex, right? They give you 250 bonus. Yippee Doo Hoo, they give you 250 bonus and 0 APR for 15 months, right? I get this and I use the card, I get the 250 bonus and I use it for 0 APR for 15 months. 15 months come to an end, right? And then I apply for Freedom Unlimited. Guess what? Oh, I get another 250 bonus, right? For the first 3 months after you spend $500. Oh, I get another 0 interest for 15 months. Well, what if this one gave me $5,000, but this one only gave me $1,000? Well, it doesn't hurt to close this card out and just use this card. You see what I mean? So in a way, I believe this is the top of the line credit card, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think this Edge Slate is the top of the line card. But either so, let's say you just have this card, right? Well, you have the top of the line card. There's no need to move anywhere. Keep that card. It will keep going. You could get that card to like $15,000, $20,000. It's no problem. This card you can't really grow that much. So close this card out because it's only a year old. It doesn't hurt you. And keep this card. So that's what I'm saying. Where it's like, now if you was fairly new and you just applied for this card this year, right? You got 0 APR for 18 months. Use this card for 18 months and then apply for this card, the diamond card. Now when you apply for the diamond card, guess what? You have 0 APR for 12 months. But if you get that within the 18 months of getting this, now close this card out. There's no need to have this card anymore and just use this card. You see what I mean? So that way, when time comes that you have to, it's a revolving door. When time comes that you maybe want 0 APR again, or you may be able to get the rewards again, who knows? You can do so. All right. So like I said, this card will probably give you like $2,000 when you first sign up. But then since you established your credit and you build it, now you get this card, right? After the 18 months is up. Now this card winds up giving you $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 up front. Well, you don't need this card no more. The whole object is, yes, you're going to have cards that has history on it. So yes, that's why I say, if you have a $10,000 card, you're never going to close that card out. You build these cards up. Like me, I build these cards up to get to where it's the max. All right, 10,000, 15,000. Now guess what? That's it. I reached the limit. I'm not closing these cards out. But what I can do is, you know what? It's saying that I could get 0 APR if I sign up for this card again. Oh, right, let me sign up. And then you have 0% APR for 18 months again. So I really would like y'all to understand that closing out a card is not bad in any way. Let's just say even so, like when you close out a card, oh my god, your points go down 10%. Well, you just got a new card that's giving you $7,000. So one, your credit limit, your credit history goes up. Two, when you use the card, you're not paying interest, and that goes onto your credit report. Also, when you use the card, credit's going to go up. So those 10 points is pretty much nothing, and that's what I think people are afraid of. They're always afraid of these points, not knowing the strategy of the game and learning how to bounce right back up. You know, them points could go down in one day, and then guess what? The next week, when they see that you open this card and it's got a higher credit limit, you know, it's gonna bounce your score right back up. So let's just even say it bounces right back up to those 10% that you lost. Well, that's still good. And now when you use the card, your score goes even higher. So the object of the game is to keep cards that have a high limit on them. Once you have a high limit on them, this is all a playing game now, where I could just be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna sign up for this card because I want to use the 12 months APR, 18 months APR, 0 APR, and then once I'm done with it, close it. You know, my score is still 820 with closed cards on it. Doesn't matter. You still could get a mortgage. Doesn't matter, because all they care about is your numbers. When it comes to a mortgage too, let me just explain that. When it comes to a mortgage, all they care about is your numbers, your credit score. Yes, your credit history, but your credit history only needs 3 cards. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care if you closed out 7 cards. You just need 3 trade lines. That's it. So I hope this helped y'all. If it did, and if y'all stood this long, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like. I will continuously talk about credit, real estate, mining, crypto mining, and you know, pretty much anything else, whether it comes to health, you know, anything that comes to my mind and that I feel that it was worth sharing, I will share with y'all. So please smash that like button, share this with a friend if you want to share it on Instagram, share it with another person that's into credit cards, that are afraid, that you gain knowledge from. Share it with them so that way they can gain the knowledge also. Alright, so I hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.